this and find some land with a creek and do this shit, yeah, maybe we won't always get the spoil. Maybe we will be the laborers for the land, but our children won't. Our grandchildren won't. You know, and people don't want to put in that effort. They don't want to sacrifice themselves. They don't want to do what it's going to take to, you know what I'm saying, to get to that point. Like, people just want to keep buying into societal norms. And being a polygynist or having multiple wives is not a societal norm. It's frowned upon. I don't know why, but I mean, I guess it is, because we've been taught that mine. I want it for myself. I want it for myself.
So the chief issue definitely would say is selfishness.
Selfishness, yeah. But at the same time, I don't feel like it's selfishness and judgment. Like, I'm scared of how people are going to view me if I decide to, like, as a weak woman. Do that make sense? Like, I feel like people will look at me like I'm weak if I, like, was with you. Because I've always heard that. Like, you so submissive, so dumb for these niggas. You'll do anything for your man. Yeah, I would. That's what the fuck I'm supposed to do. That's what I thought we was here for. That's not what we here for? Oh, okay. Well, I don't know what the fuck we supposed to be doing then.
So you're saying the chief challenge with women is not necessarily, it's the selfishness issue, and it's the perception that others will see.
Of being weak. Yeah. You couldn't get your own man. Wouldn't no man really want you by yourself. You know what I'm saying? For yourself. You know, or you had to be so submissive to let a man run you, you know, or you couldn't do it on your own type of shit. But you're not supposed to do it on your own. You're not supposed to do it on your own. You're not supposed to. And we, you know, I sit and I look, and it really fucking is disheartening when I watch these young boys and they can't build shit. They don't know how to start a fucking fire. They don't know how to do a goddamn thing that's going to help them survive if they need to survive. They don't know anything. They don't know where creeks are, where the water is. They don't know. If motherfuckers shut some shit down today, motherfuckers is fucked. They don't have no form of stability, no form of... You already in a populated area, so that's scary enough. You know what I'm saying? Whereas people going to be all around you and everybody going to be lurking and thirsty for whatever they're lacking. So you already a victim on a higher scale because you're in a populated area. And you don't even know how to start a fire or do shit that, you know what I'm saying? Like how to really take care of yourself. Hunt. You little boys don't even know how to shoot a gun for real. Y'all just got them. That's why y'all accidentally shooting your homeboys and shit in the back of the head. You don't even know how to use the weapon correctly. And I mean, I'm not even going to get started on any type of, like, it's just, I don't know.
Well, it's interesting to hear you. You know, I mean, this is important stuff, you know what I'm saying, to understand, because, like I said, you know what I'm saying, I mean, you know, you looking at these experiences from the perspective of not only are our men lacking the skill sets necessary to even take care of one woman, let alone 3 or 4 or 5. But you know what I'm saying, the concept of women that have been let down by their fathers, women that have not had a strong role model, women that is going through their life with a me, I gotta take care of me, I gotta take care of me spirit, and when coming into a situation where they don't have to do that, it's this like this mentality that, hey, listen here, I can't trust this situation because I've never experienced this situation.
Yeah, I've never been fully taken care of. So why would you do this for me almost? Like, why are you doing this? Like, what's your motive? When the motive is clear, it would seem clear. But in even in my own mind, it's still like it must be something else to it. What's wrong with him that he need 4 wives? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, this is the conditioning that I'm just being honest on what I think, you know, or what makes me, why would he need me? You know, what's wrong with the other 3 women that they're not good enough to sustain whatever it is that's going on?
Or the 2 women, or the other woman, or whatever, or the 1 woman.
You said what?
The other 1 woman, or 2 women, or 3 women, whatever.
So that, like, to me, like, for me, because I'm used to dealing with men who are broken or have issues or have different shit going on with them, then it's like, okay, well, what's his deal? Like, what's going on with him that he needs 3 to 4 wives? Why isn't he satisfied with just the one? What's his vision? You know, like, who am I in that scheme of things? Where does that put me, or how do I fit into that? And these are all just superficial things, but those are the things that play in my mind. And overall, just, I know for a fact that submissiveness is what you want, or what it kind of has to be.
Well, I think so this is what submissiveness, what any man would want.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I've seen the chief challenge
maybe it's even like, why do you deserve 4 wives? I'm going to just be honest. Like, maybe that is a thought in the back of my mind, too. Like, why does he get 4 women? I don't get 4 husbands. He got 4 women he could choose from anytime he wants. He can come here. He can go over there. He could choose me today. And what makes it, what gives him that right over me? Like, why can't I have it? Which I know in natural design, first off, I don't want 4 men having sex with me on a constant basis. So that doesn't even make sense. But still, you know what I mean? It's still there, because it's like, why does he get more than me? Even though you're providing everything for me.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, it still feel like I'm giving you everything. And you still get to choose what you want. And I'm saying, I'm giving up my choices to an extent to you.
Got you. So the idea is that, you know, I mean, it all goes back to the notion of patriarchy versus how we've been trained and taught to think in the society today, as well as the experiences. Because you know the idea of the concept of, you know, you hear sisters all the time saying, you know, this is what I'm giving up. This is what I'm giving up. Regardless of what situation socioeconomically they may be in, they always feel as though they're giving up something.
And that's funny, because, you know what I'm saying, I live check to check. You know what I'm saying? If I lost my job today, I have no security. You know what I'm saying? So it's funny that we are trained to think this way, because we want this independence, quote unquote, that we really don't even want.
Yeah.
Ain't that funny? We don't even really want to be independent. We want to be taken care of.
Break that down.
But we won't. Huh?
Get me to understand. Break that down. You really want to be taken care of.
Yes, but we want to be independent in our ways. And that's devilish.
So you want the security of this situation.
Yeah. But
you want to be independent in your function in life.
Yep. And that's devilish. It doesn't work like that. But we've been taught that it can, and that's why our men are weak, have been looked at as weak, because they have allowed us, for whatever reason, to take on the dominant role. That I'm going to do whatever it takes to keep her or to make her happy. And they have laxed in the guidance area of, no, it's not whatever you say, whatever you want to wear, however you want to do it. You know what I'm saying? No. And that's probably because they're entertaining several women. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, this is who I deal with on a everyday basis. So I rather give her the lesson, let her do what she wants, so it's less in my ear, so I can still have time to deal with the other women that I'm dealing with. and make time for them. You know what I'm saying? So if I allow her to do what she want to do, then she's not too much concerned with what the fuck I'm doing. And we've adapted this loose ass lifestyle, and we believe that this is the way that it should be. Like, oh, all these open relationships, and where the woman is basically dominant. It's not okay in society to be a man anymore. If you a man, they gonna try to knock your ass down. Why you're aggressive? You're chauvinistic. You're this. You're that. No, I'm a fucking man. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I'm a man. And they don't, like, and society does not want to breed men, not black ones. Mm-hmm. So we've come into this notion where the woman has somehow become the head. Even though if the woman, okay, this is my thing. And I might be wrong, but the woman, I will say the woman has always been a head, but she knew her role.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? I can make you a king, but I'm
still
the queen. I'm still lesser. I could literally fight for you to be the king, but once you become the king, I'm still I'm still underneath you.
Yeah.
I'm just your counsel. And that's not how it is no more. It's like the woman is like, you know, it's like a even shit. And I don't think it was ever meant to be even. I don't know who the fuck told y'all that.
It was never meant to be that way. But this is, and honestly, this is the chief problem that polygynous men deal with. You know what I'm saying? This concept of equality, this concept that, I want the benefits of polygyny, but I don't want the responsibility because there's these trust issues. There's these concerns regarding, what if this and what if that, what if he kicks me out? What if he does this? What if he does that? When no actual empirical data that exists,
right.
that ever, like I've never kicked a woman out. I've never dishonored a woman. I've never mistreated a woman. I've never abused a woman. I've never called the woman out of her name. But it's all of this fear, and so as a direct result, what they'll do is they'll end up and they'll say, like Kevin Samuels says, they end up leaving before they feel as though they're gonna get left.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and I think it goes back to that fear, that selfishness, of things not working out because of all of the brokenness, because of all of the failed relationships, because all of the concept of an idea that they didn't have, father figures, and that father figures let them down. I mean, it's so clear, and it's so interesting to hear you say these things, because it's one thing to hear somebody say it, and it's another thing to match it up with actual experiences. Like, So what do you think the solution is? You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, hey, man, really sincere. Let's critique me again. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't come across as a man that's gonna abuse or anything like that. So the fear has nothing to do with me, but what you're giving up.
Yeah. And that I'm trusting you to be there for me, to be all these things that I need. Can you do that? You know what I'm saying? Can you be good to me? Can I experience love in that way with you? Do you have the time for that? You know what I'm saying? Do you really want to invest in me? Or am I just another body to have around? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. All those things come into play, because it's like, but it's funny though, because at the same time, you're providing all of these, you're providing stability. You're providing peace. More than anything. I don't have to work a regular job. You know what I'm saying? You're providing peace. So it's just different because and mainly I think the sharing too. Because if it was just myself, then I probably, like I said, I probably would have said yes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, hell yeah. I'll go work the land, farm it, dig holes, whatever fuck you want me to do.
Yeah.
But then when you think of the fact that, okay, what if I start loving you? What if I do fall in love with you? How is that gonna work? How can I love you and let her love you too? You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm afraid of. That's more, even though in honesty, I don't think it necessarily would be an issue because your wife seems loving herself.
Yeah.
But in my mind, I would never want to disrespect your wife. You know what I'm saying? I would never want to disrespect the work and the effort that she's put in and the faith that she's put into you to trust you to do this. And so for me, it's like, I know myself. Yeah. I know the way that I've been.
Yeah.
Out disciplined and that, I guess I'm looking at myself from that perspective and not from the perspective of someone who's entering into a family and into a family unit, and that my personality will change.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at it from the broken me.
Yeah.
Aspect, the gotta have it for myself aspect, the selfish aspect, not from the healed version of myself. And that's what makes it different. In talking about it makes me understand that's what it is. You're looking at it from a point of view of your brokenness and not from who you can become, like your healed self.
Yeah.
Healed self probably can accept this, but your broken self is afraid.
Yes. And it's an honest critique. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I appreciate the words. Because, see, like I said, more people, they need to hear this. They need to hear what the core issue of what's going on and why is it that sisters buck against this. It has nothing to do with the man. It has nothing to do with his provisions, his leadership, his guidance. None of that is in question or a concern to you, right?
No.
So the issue is, it's an issue of self. It's an issue of, how do I deal with this internal brokenness? How do I deal with these insecurities that I have within myself that prevents me from doing something that I know within myself will benefit you.
Yeah. And be happy, probably.
And be happy.
But it's the fear of not being in control. Because we've been allowed to be in control when we never should have been. You know what I'm saying? And so that we have lost the understanding that the power that God has given us to, I don't want to say manipulate, but to have vision. The women can sense, to be inquisitive, to know. That was given to us for our husbands. That was given to us to say, honey, no, that's a bad deal. Something about that man ain't right. And if you love and you trust me, then you'll say, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know, but I'm going to do it with very much caution. But if I'm still saying, baby, no, this ain't right. Something is telling me, I woke up and I'm sweating, this is not for you. Then it's your job to say, I trust you in this because you're my wife, because you are, because I know that you're pure, because I know that this is, you don't have any intention but to prosper me. But we think that our vision or our insight is given to us for us.
Yeah.
But we don't have the vision. The vision is in the hand of the man. The man is the one with the plan, with the vision for your family, not the woman.
And see, you bring up an interesting point because when I think about polygyny, when I think about my wife, right? She's
Mm-hmm.
always giving me good, sound insight into, you know what I'm saying? Well, this system may be, you know what I'm saying, bad. This system may be good. This system may be, you know what I'm saying? But she's always allowed me to make the choice and decision. But I've always kept her counsel,
Yeah.
in the back of my mind and saying, okay, well, she's saying this because, men can, we can
Yeah.
think with our little
Yeah.
pecker, you know what I'm saying? We can think with our feelings and emotions and not taking into consideration, you know what I'm saying, the reality that she is seeing. That's why I rely on her so much because she's able to say, you know what? Hey, she, regardless of what decision I make, she always respects it, but she always gives her input. She always gives her sound wisdom and guidance based on, because she's a woman, so she knows women better than I
Right.
could ever know women because she is a woman. So and that's why it's so beautiful to have a good first wife that is going to be able to lead and guide, you know what I'm saying, in terms of giving her insight, but at the same time respecting my decision. And that's again the stuff that you're talking about in terms of understanding, okay, listen, you know what I'm saying, this is what the responsibilities of a woman is, whether it's a monogamous or polygynous relationship. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? And so, it's good stuff. It's good stuff. And like I said, people need to hear this stuff because, see, this is the crux that women won't tell. They won't.
Right.
They won't say it's me.
It's me. Yeah.
They will
Definitely
not
say it's
say
me.
it's me. They'll say everything else. They'll accuse of everything else. They'll come up with and try and pinpoint all types of stuff. They'll make up all types of false fears and false accusations, all to come up with to say, you know what I'm saying? Well, I can't deal with this because it's you. They've never once said it's me.
Yeah.
And it's sad because like I've spoke to you several times, and and look at this situation. We see what's going on. We see the moral decline. We see the economic decline. We see the spiritual decline. And these are one of the things, and these are kind of one of the situations that is going to help us heal as a people. But it
Yeah.
takes two, three, four, five to tangle. You know what I'm saying? And it's sad because from as a polygynous man and as seeing this, we don't want sisters to hurt. But it's amazing to see how many people are hurting, you know what I'm saying, as a direct result of their own poor choices and decisions. And
Mm-hmm.
so, and not everybody's gonna do bad. Not everybody's gonna, go into the gut. I'm not saying that. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is that a lot of people could do well if they just be a team player. You know what I'm saying? So, what do you think you would have to get over? Because the same thing that you would have to get over, a lot of other sisters would have to get over as well. Like, what's the healing process like? What's the process within you that you would have to come to the conclusion that, you know what I'm saying, hey, this is a right decision for me?
Well, I told you I wanted to walk on your land. Like, I
Uh-huh.
need to, like, feel the energy of what is actually happening, and kind of like I'm a very spiritual person, and so therefore, like, I feel like just walking on your land, speaking to your wives, um, creating a friendship, a relationship with them, understanding the dynamic and how I can assist and how I could be used. That would be the thing that would make it
We
more real for myself.
Yeah, we understand all that already, and that's the dynamic that, you know what I'm saying, polygynous men, that's what we all do. You know what I'm saying? At least the ones that I know of. But when it comes to dealing with that distrust, that selfishness, that Like, how do you deal with that? You know what I'm saying? Because, like, again, I said, you are openly acknowledging that these are your issues. And
Yeah.
these are the issues that are preventing you from moving forward in the blessings that you clearly see can take place. But how do you personally, like, what does that look like for you? Because again, I say it from that perspective because a lot of sisters are dealing with this same issue. I tell people all the time, people think that they're unique. People think that what they're experiencing and what they're feeling regarding this issue is some type of unique thing. When you have clearly articulated exactly what's going on in the spiritual realm when it comes to the inner challenges that women face. So how do you deal with that issue?
Well, for myself, I have to look at the bigger picture.
Yeah, the bigger picture, yeah.
The bigger picture, and as life starts happening, I have to understand that, first off, I'm not going to find a perfect man. And that, how do I say it? Love is grown.
Love is grown. Tell me about that.
I have like lived my life with, I feel like it's not false love because I love these people, but it didn't have a price on it. It was free, I guess. I don't know how else to say it. Like, it wasn't bought with a price. It was just given. And therefore, with relationships with men, I know that any man that I come in contact with, I can do whatever, I can make them into whatever it is, I can make them a better person. They're going to be better. I know that. So for myself, I need the functionality of peace. And it's hard to get that. Like, I'm way more, it's funny because I'm way more into myself than makes sense. Like, I'm way more into myself. Like, I like the idea of being able to have time for myself. Hi.
Oh. What do you want?
I want candy.
You want candy? I ain't got no candy. Where's the candy at? You hear this? You hear this?
You want candy?
Where's the candy at?
Up here.
Up where?
Mama.
Point to where the candy is at.
In the refrigerator.
In the refrigerator in the house?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll come in the house and see if mommy can get some candy. I don't think there's any candy up there, but I'll check. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Love you.
She just miss you.
Yeah.
She wondering where you been. That's all it is. She want to know what's taking you so long.
Share with your sisters and close that door behind you.
So I think that just realizing I think I'm more selfish and more ambitious than I like to be, to be honest about with myself. And that, I don't know, I'm just at a different stage in my life. Like, love, like I said, love is grown. It's not just given. And we give love away so easily without any kind of stipulations, and we get hurt so much over and over again because we haven't been taught that love is like a shown thing. Like, it's not, it's shown. And a lot of time with women, we give ourselves to men that we want, not that want us. Do that make sense? Like, we give ourselves to men that we see as this, that, the other, not that have shown us that they're this, that, or the other. So I have a lot of love for someone who's never actually done anything to show me that that love is reciprocated. I mean, I know that the person loved me, but it's not an act of love. And I'm not talking about no cars or no stupid shit. I ain't talking about no flowers or no goddamn tennis shoes.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck about that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about actively changing yourself or actively pursuing something that shows me that your love for self, for what you want in life, is even greater than anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, and men, a lot of men don't love themselves. So when women come across men that love themselves, it's jarring to them because they're not used to having a man that know who they are.
Mm-hmm.
We like broken men. We like fixing things. You know, and so when you come across a man that's a man, it make you like look at yourself.
Yeah.
And make you realize who you are and who you're not.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't hide from them because they can see you.
And you know, and it's amazing because, you know, I've been in situations before where, you know what I'm saying, I mean, you know, I can see a sister clearly. I could see her as clear as day because I got my shit together. And it's one of those things where as long as you don't say anything about her imperfections or what her real situation is, like a sister could be, chick, you working a low-wage job, you're broke, you ain't got nothing going on, you know what I'm saying? I mean, but if you say it or bring it up, it's an issue. As long as you don't say anything, it's not an issue. And it's not the issue, it's not from the concept of putting her down or anything, but it's more so a concept of, okay, this is where you are. We're trying to level up. You're leveling up, you know what I'm saying? Because they hold on to nothing and they try and project it as something.
We hold on to the independence, even though we don't want it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny. I'd like to delve further into that. Maybe I'll study that a little bit more. Why is it that? But I think that podcast stuff, I think that's a good idea, like for ourselves, just because it, you know, it does show a perspective of your life and why women don't buy, just a man, and why women don't buy into polygyny, but not even so much just polygyny, but just good men.
Good men. Because I think it's a larger issue. It's not has nothing to do. It's you know, like this sister called Crimson Cure on YouTube, and she talks about,
love her. Oh my God.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying?
Crimson Cure girl.
Let me tell you, man. You know what I'm saying?
And she be alright sometimes. Sometimes she don't. I don't care for her views, but
that's okay. Cool. You know what I'm saying? But the concept, I can't hear. I know that fan is jacked up, but I can't hear nothing with that fan.
What you say?
I can't hear nothing with that fan.
I know.
But the idea is that, you know what I'm saying, you know, she stresses, and we've seen this before, is that they want they want the security. They want the socioeconomic security, but they don't want the system of order and instruction. They want, you know what I'm saying, like one of the videos that she did where she was like, you know what I'm saying, like one sister got on, she was like doing a review of another video, and the sister was talking about, like, you know what I'm saying, we just want a black man to just provide and shut the fuck up.
Yep. That's the truth, because even with that Keke Palmer shit that was going on, and like I told everybody, I said, look, I'm tired of hearing about this shit, but Keke, you're wrong. You look a fucking mess. I don't give a damn if they live together, don't live together, whatever. You just had a baby by this man, and now you're out here with your fucking ass hanging out in front of another man. You're not even in the company of the man that you just had a child with, but you're out here with your ass cheeks hanging out, and the society tells you, do what you want to do. That's your body. But you're single as a motherfucker, bitch. And you really want a husband, and you thirsty as fuck. Because every time you own something, you out here looking for something. You're looking. And you don't want to be honest with yourself that you're looking. Yeah. You are thirsty. You do want a man. But you don't want to confine, or you don't want to conform to what it takes to have a husband. No man wants their fucking baby mama, the woman who they just had a child by them, out in fucking public with their ass cheeks hanging out.
Yeah. And so, when you're dealing with this, I mean, and this is the truth. And so the idea is that this has nothing to do with, I don't look at this from a perspective of it's a polygynous or monogamous issue. It's just an issue of, you know what I'm saying? Hey, these sisters, they just don't want to submit. They just don't want, you know what I'm saying? They don't want the level of system and order and instruction, whether it is from a monogamous or polygynous situation.
I'm sorry, I be having to check on my niece. Well, she's not really my niece. She's my cousin. But her dad was my uncle, but he was like a dad to me. He passed away, so I'll be checking her. I'll be checking on him because his birthday was up. And they had like a really rough relationship. So but make sure that she go honor her fucking daddy. Your dad was a great man. Don't ever let people tell you that he was not, because he was. Mm-hmm. And you're great. So you honor your father. So I always remind her, I don't care what him and your mama had going on. That don't got shit to do with you. Mm-hmm. You honor your fucking father. So she goes out there and she'll send me pictures of his grave and stuff like that. Or she'll send me pictures. I try to get her to instill. My uncle, he's the first person who taught me to be great. He used to call himself the great and powerful. Even though my dad would say things to make us feel great, my uncle said it. When he called the house, he said, "This is Duncan T. Smith, the great and powerful." Mm-hmm. And he meant that shit. And I'm calling for so-and-so. And that's how he would address anything. He'd call, to the day he died, he'll call. He alcoholic, goddamn it, came back from crack addiction. He don't give a shit. His name is Duncan T. Smith, the great and powerful, and that's how he is going to address himself. Mm-hmm. And that's how you're going to view him, because he views himself that way. Yeah. And so he was the first person that ever taught me to be powerful, like to be great. Because he thought when I very first heard him say it, I remember being a little kid, why he say that? Why does he call himself that? He ain't great and powerful. But he kept saying it. I said, well, yes, he is. I guess he is then. Because why does he say it if he isn't? And so he's always been a very strong pillar in my life. He could play probably 7 to 10 different instruments. And I tell her son, get your son a harmonica. Honor your father. Honor your father.
And it's sad. If we had more sisters that not only honored their father, but had a father figure that taught them morals and values, mm-hmm. the dynamic would totally be different today. Mm-hmm. It would totally be different today. But you know what I'm saying? It all comes down to working on yourself. And by far no means, you know what I'm saying? I firmly believe in being patient. I firmly believe in being cordial and stoic. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I ain't gonna put up with no bullshit. Because real men, we don't put up with bullshit. We don't put up with a whole bunch of damn foolishness. You know what I'm saying? So... But you know what I'm saying? That's what it is. That's how we got the flow. You know what I'm saying? But I'm telling you, it's just some good stuff.
Put it through my foolishness. I'm gonna have to kick you out my cabin.
Good truth.